Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Osayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content unsubscribe to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Waves Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? Welcome this Monday morning. I hope you guys had a lovely weekend. As you know, I'm your host, Okikiola Taiwo Jalukmo, and you know that I'm never here alone. I'm here with my ever-present ladies. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing? How did your weekend go? I don't know. I'm not feeling so great, but I think I should get inspiration for you people. So you better have a good story for me. Tell me, how did your weekend go?
Oh, mine went well. I did rest okay. I didn't get a lot of sleep like I would have. I mean, on Friday I had a vigil. On Saturday I had a long meeting, but I still managed to get 5 hours sleep. Even though people will be wondering, 5 hours is a lot of sleep, but honestly, sometimes I wish I could get 7, 8 hours sleep. But 5 hours, and I had time, to do the things that really mattered to me. And I'm here, excited and ready for the new week.
I love it.
What about you? God's beauty. Don't say I love it. Tell me. Tell me. Give me the gist.
That's how she deflects from telling us our own. But today you go shalaye.
It was okay. I mean, you already know that I had like an outing or just an event.
Yeah, I did see your status.
On Saturday. So yeah, that was it because that literally took the whole day.
Big girl things.
It's a big girl thing.
Show us the money.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not that. But again, I mean, I'm always an outside baby. Right? I always want to be out for the right reasons. Don't worry, you will not catch me in certain places, but I always want to be out. For the right reasons. So yeah, I feel like Saturday was just one of those, right reasons, and I love my work a lot. I just love being there. Like, let's ask questions,
like that
let's
energy.
die, let's play.
Very good.
So yeah, that was how it was for me on
Your
Saturday.
passion is contagious.
I wish I had a better weekend. For me, it was so long. It was just unnecessarily long, and I couldn't wait for the weekend to be over. And
Oh, wow.
even this morning, I didn't still feel so great. But I mean, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that people are listening to us. They get to learn from us.
Yep.
And as always, Mondays are meant for conversations around Nigeria and all its spheres of affairs. So today is not going to be any different. We're going to be talking about a very, very key topic that, is what we Nigerians subconsciously act on, but we do not know. So if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. Like, comment, share, follow us on all our social media handles. When we get back, we're going to be talking about the headlines across the globe. Stay with us. Thank you.
Glad to have you back from that break. Now let us take a look at the news from the pages of today's newspaper. Today we have the Vanguard, the Guardian, and the New York Times. Taking you through the New York Times. Should I take them through the New York Times today? I feel like I want to go international. I'm tired of being in this local level. I want to travel. I want to travel. Who's going to go with me?
Nobody.
I'm with you now, don't worry.
I'm not going anywhere.
You know she's always
a Trumparian is not going anywhere.
Going with us.
I'm wondering.
I want to Trump from here.
Okay. Oh.
So my phone is defying me right now. So if you should just give me 1 minute to get it set.
Or do I just take them through the New York Times app? Because there's not really nothing going on there. But again, if you find it very fascinating, you can just check their website.
I have it figured out. Thank you, guys. So taking you through the Guardian newspaper, the headline reads, RMAFC faults high cost of governance, seeks better prudence. And in the picture there, we have how expenditure is now below taxation. And then beside that, we have NIWA to phase out wooden boats on inland waterways, MD assures. Below that, we have search enters day 4, and NSIB recovers 4th helicopter crash victims. The story that reads, 7 states waive ROW charges to expand telecom services. And last but not the least story, NASU begins strike over withheld salaries. I don't think this is the time for strike right now.
Like, I think we're going through for strike, actually.
No, I think that we are already going through so much for more things to be happening.
They are going through
so much as well.
I mean,
I know that.
Them as
I know
well.
that,
so
but do you think that this is helping?
Well, it's not like their strike has ever made any significant progress. But to me, I feel like
this
that's
morning everybody just the news was just very random. Like NASU is going on strike. Finish.
There
was no
God
key.
used to say we need better mechanism, but for these guys, I think they are only what's it called? Their weapon is let's just strike. Let's just make everybody agitated.
And then nothing happened. I mean, since secondary school, I've known that NASU has been going on, or NAS has been going on strike, and then nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. I hear the same thing over and over and over again. And then this whole...
Or something happens temporarily. Or I think at this point...
It's just conversations that happen temporarily, and
it's not conversations. Sometimes they give them some things, but it's not equal to what they really wanted. So it keeps them calm for a while, and then once that one has exhausted,
don't you think that it's more of bribery than giving them something? Because you see that is the key people that will now say we are not striking again. Meanwhile, the people who are really affected are still complaining that, okay, why did this strike stop? So I feel like it's
just Nigeria for you.
It's just bribery.
It was shocking when I read the Punch. I saw that it was as a result of withheld salaries, and I was wondering. I thought these salaries that was withheld some time ago had been paid.
No,
how come that there's still some 4 months?
That's why I mentioned bribery. They just call key people.
They give them 1 month. That, okay, just calm down. We'll come back to you, and then they are going back to strike again.
I mean,
it's sad, honestly. The education system. All right, let's go through the Punch. The Punch has some interesting stories here, and I'll take us through it very quickly. The major headline reads again, varsities face lockdown as workers begin strike today. Non-teaching staff shut varsities offices, gates, ministry mom as ministers quit on Wednesday. Federal government plans tax overhaul to access $750 million World Bank loan. Army begins enlisting ex-soldiers to bridge manpower shortfall. EFCC to track funds as local government autonomy begins November. For the Ondo governorship poll, the details there says LP ADC governorship candidates woo voters with free education. Others. States won't tamper with local government funds, Ayedatiwa tells voters. All right, there's still more stories here. NSCDC arrests illegal Chinese miners in Nasarawa. And there's a picture here of Chinese men arranged like...
It's
a very, very humorous one. Helicopter crash, family demands body of missing NNPCL worker. Lagos probes engineer's death at construction site. CNG, Dangote invests $280 million in conversion orders. All right, a lot of stories here, really. I talk about the Chinese one, but I mean, they are not our problem right now. Though, why should they be mining for stuff in Nasarawa? So let me talk about this local government autonomy stuff, because we visited it on one of our Monday's show, and we had do we have a guest? I can't remember, but we spoke about it. And now the recent detail is the involvement of EFCC to ensure that the funds actually get to the 74 local government chairman and to avoid mago in that sense.
All stories.
But that's the story that I'm giving you update. So it says, barring any last-minute resistance from state governors, direct payment of statutory allocations to local government areas will kick in by November 2024. So we should be expecting it this November. The national president of the National Union of Local Government Employees, Hakeem Ambali, disclosed this latest information. And so the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission assured of its commitment to diligently monitor and track expenditures of the 774 local government chairmen from the revenue disbursement allocated from the federal government every month. And the latest development marks a significant turning point in the implementation of local government autonomy as mandated by the Supreme Court and ahead of the October 31st deadline set for states to conduct local government elections. I've said a lot of things, but I mean, I think it's now clearer than before that this local government autonomy stuff was not just a bill that was signed. I think it's going to be effective, right?
I just hope that after all this talk and speech, there's actually going to be action that follows suit, because that's what Nigeria lacks. The fact that we can identify a problem, but there's never implementation of the solution. So I just believe that this should be maybe a start of many and not another disappointment.
But you know, if it was, we're in a nation where systems were actually working, an update like this should make us feel more relaxed, because if you have, I mean, Crimes Commission monitoring how things are going, you should feel relaxed that, okay, things are going to actually be done the way they ought to. But when systems are not working as they ought to, that's what makes us...
If you remember that Bobrisky's case was with the EFCC too.
And the EFCC was against the what? The EFCC. So which EFCC exactly is doing this?
Please, God's beauty, take us away as
New York
usual.
Times newspaper. By the right side of the newspaper, we have Israel's shadow war enters new era of strife. By the left side of the newspaper, Harris keep equity efforts under radar. Next to that, ballot power of abortion will be tested. Beneath that, by the left, we have the words fountains of youth sprout some questionable data. Bottom of the newspaper, which is the last headline on the newspaper, has Otani's Ruthan fist, Kant Kirk's Japanese Yankees, fans to turn Dodger blue. And that's all I have for you on the New York Times. Again, if you find any of the headline fascinating, please do well to check their website. Thank you.
I was going to ask you if this one you were so quick to tell us, and
what's happening? Are you angry with the abroad today? Tell us. No, God's you have to tell us something. You can't just tell us we should go to the newspaper like that. What is happening abroad?
I didn't find anything fascinating there. They're just normal Harris upkeep.
Did you find the margin fascinating? I saw one story that, I mean, Kamala and Trump are on a 47% margin. And I'm wondering, is that how politics really is? That two parties can be on
the same level? Yeah, I think it has also something to do with the abortion, whatever. So most of the people that are for Harris, yeah, they are actually tilting to what Trump perspective on abortion and all of that. So yeah, that's why there is. But again, that's not really fascinating to me. So
all right,
it should be, because I think abortion is a very big issue.
So that means you're Kamala.
What do you mean by
you
Trumparian? How dare you?
Please, November 5th.
Please, we need to go on a break right now, and then when we come back, we're going to discuss the issues that is arising this morning. Thank you. Wait, stay with us.
Imagine the world where the voices of the youth finally get the spotlight they deserve.
Welcome to Ways Breakfast, the groundbreaking show where young minds unite together to tackle issues that truly matter.
We're flipping the script on traditional morning talk shows, and this is your chance to hear the youth speak out.
We're not just skimming headlines, we're diving deep into the heart of topics that impact us all.
From politics to governance, tech innovations, mental health, and trendy social issues.
We don't just discuss, we ignite conversations that inspire change and spark action.
Join us every morning for fresh, young, and vibrant perspectives
that empowers the next generation to make a difference.
Start your day right with Ways Breakfast, because when the youth speak, the world listens. Ways Breakfast, weekdays at 8 a.m. live on Upgrade TV.
Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up. Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional, Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed. From in-depth interviews with industry experts to real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth. We dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships. Thursdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss Partner Up.
Welcome back to the show. As mentioned earlier, the topic is the role of grassroots movements in political change. And we should say that grassroots movements and political campaigns are the heartbeat of democracy in Nigeria. By leveraging existing grassroots structures and fostering their growth, we can shift the narrative and create a bottom-up approach to governance. This means empowering citizens to drive change, implement policies, and promote development. But let's face it, there are significant obstacles to overcome. Poor education, military repression, and a deep-seated perception that politicians are untouchable have silenced the voices of many Nigerians. Corruption, ambiguous power divisions, citizen apathy, and patronage systems have also undermined the effectiveness of grassroots governance. In the democratic landscape of Nigeria, elections, particularly local government elections, are a vital yet often overlooked aspect. These elections, held at the grassroots level, are fundamental in shaping local governance and directly impacting community life. Today, we aim to explore the nuances of grassroots campaigns and elections in Nigeria, underscoring their significance and their challenges that they face. To join us are two guests, one who will be joining us virtually and another who will be joining us here in the studio. Our virtual guest is a public speaker and the current National Secretary General of the National Female Students Association of Nigeria, and she goes by the name Ibrahim Ramot Ikeoluwa. And our in-person guest is right here, and his name is Adepoju Enitan, who is a graduate of political science from the University of Lagos, and he currently serves as the Director of Media and Publicity, Ikorodu Division Youth, arguably the largest local government area in Lagos State. Thank you for joining us, Ikeoluwa and Enitan. Ikeoluwa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Enitan, welcome
Thank you.
also. I need to welcome both of you. So I'm going to try to do this as manageably as I can so that I can throw questions to both parties. I hope you both will be comfortable with that.
Yes.
Wonderful. So let me start with Enitan. Yes. I want to know, being the Director for Media and Publicity, I want to first know what inspired you to, to join democracy. Let me just put it like that, because we know that we have never experienced the military rule. We don't know what it feels like. Yeah. So what inspired you to join politics, and what inspired to want to get that change? Looking at a lot of times they tell us that the youths are lazy youths. Yes, let me put it at that. So tell us.
All right. Foremost, I must know that I'm a student of politics and history. So being a student of history and politics, when I entered the University of Lagos, I started to participate actively aside the academic and rigorous scientific aspect of political science. And by virtue of that, I was able to occupy some positions such as being the president of the International Affairs Association University, being the General Secretary of the National Association of Political Science Nigeria. So after doing all of this, I realized that there's a need for me to replicate that in my community. So I have to go back to Ikorodu. And I must also note that I'm also from a very conscious environment whereby I see those people they do call Egmadugbo, but literally not the usual Egmadugbo, educated Egmadugbo that say, oh, Enitan, you need to go to this world, you need to participate and all that. So that actually gave me the orientation that I need to actively participate in politics.
But you did something, I think, this year in Ikorodu.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
All right, so it is an annual summit for Ikorodu whereby we bring in different youth from all the FCDA, because we have like 33 FCDA in Lagos State, and Ikorodu itself are like 5. So we bring all these youth from different FCDA and then different university groups, and we bring in personalities such as commissioner, special advisor to Lagos State on special duty, social development, and then the OBAs. So we just came to discuss issues that can be able to be solved by having different perspectives to it. Especially we realized that the youth in Ikorodu, they are vibrant people, they are well educated. I can give kudos to them on that. But then at the same time, we needed to do more. We needed to ensure that they do participate. We needed to look at what is the problem. So it's like a kind of interactive session with the youth. So it's like a summit.
Wonderful, wonderful. I also like to ask Ikeoluwa. I read that you are a PR strategist, and then I see how we are talking about grassroots, and we know how much social media has affected, voter apathy, how it has also affected the fact that people will follow whoever it is that is trending on social media. As we already know that in 2023, we had the Obi movement, right? We had the Emilocom movement. We had so many Atiku movement and all of that stuff. So what did you do differently as a PR person? And looking that you're also the national, I think national president for the females. The General Secretary for the Female Association of Nigeria, right? Nigerian students. Is Ikeoluwa with us?
Yes, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Did you get my question?
You said?
Did you get my question?
I get your question. Okay. You asked me that based on the fact that I'm a PR strategist and I'm currently the Enitan National Secretary General. Yeah. And we all know what has been happening, what's especially that 2023 election where we have different kind of movements, the Emiloko, the Obi, the Atiku, and the likes, and what role does media play, what role do I play during the election? Do I get you right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, the role I played, actually, even before becoming the Enitan National Secretary General, because that was I got that position just earlier 2023. When I get from time, I've always been this person that just wants to be the voice of the voiceless, and this more reason why I have more interest and passion in public relations, and this what led to it. So the things I did then, majorly concerning the election, even though my grassroots movement has started since maybe let me say since after my secondary school, I've been so curious about what's really going on, how would I be the voice of the voiceless, and then because even the primary school students then would know this thing that they say the democracy, the definition that we all know then is government for the people, by the people, and to the people. That's what we all normally say. Yes. So I've been so curious that if it is the government for the people, by the people, and if it's the government of the people, for the people, and by the people, then how? So then I've just been like, I must be involved, and luckily, by that 2023 election, I was already above the voting age. I was already an adult that can participate in voting. So I started with some of my colleagues in our area. Then part of what we did was that we did door-to-door campaign. We sensitized people on the importance of voting, and while doing this physically, we're also using media to do series of campaign on the importance of having your own voter's card. That okay, that's the first step as a citizen to exercise your franchise and never allow anybody to deprive you of it. And also this word by Melinda Gates that says if you do not participate in your people that do not participate in the democracy or governance of their country are allow themselves to be ruled by people that are not capable of handling the position. So we did a lot of all of these things, sensitizing people. Even we go to market to tell these women, these market women, that now our voice will definitely be heard. If we all as Nigerians have our voters that are voting the right candidate, the person that we know that okay is capable of leading us. So we did that, and apart from that, I also mobilized students because I ensured that students in my institution, not only females, also participate in the election process. Even before the election, we were making sure that okay, they registered for the election, and these are basically what we did. And even on that day, I and my team, because working as part of a team has always been something that worked for me. Some young minds from my area and outside my area that I was able to meet with during my position as the National Secretary of the National Female Student Association of Nigeria. So we did all of these things together. We ensured that, okay, how is it going in your side? Those people come out, come and vote, and you as students, you as a youth in your community, is very, very key that you go out, nothing is going to happen to you, don't worry, you are safe. And thank God that we have no record of any of our students being victim of this. And yes, those are things that we did using online and physical.
Thank you very much, Ikolua. I love your explanation, but I would like to ask both of you a question before I let Oluchi ask hers, because of all the things that you have said. First off is, are you politically affiliated with any party? That's what I want to know. Because you mentioned the door-to-door campaign, but I can say for a fact that in recent years, small parties usually do that door-to-door campaign, but still have no headway when it comes to elections. So how effective are door-to-door campaigns, and phone banking in Nigerian politics? I mean, for you and Enitan. I would like Enitan to go first before Ikelua does. All
right, thank you very much. The first thing you said earlier was, are we affiliated to any political party?
Yes.
I must say that we have the fundamental human right to belong to a political party.
Yes.
So by virtue of that, individuals, because we, as a division, we do not have like a political party that we all agree on, but individually we do have separate political party that we supported. I voted for a party. I can remember one of the executives also voted for another party. So it just based on what we believe, Greater Nigeria. So then now, with regards to the door-to-door aspect, I'm from Kokorabo in Ikorodu, and that location we have about 1,000 educated youths. And then during the election, I can remember that I was approached, and a political party actually, and then we just have to do like door-to-door, whereby, sorry, the door-to-door is not the usual door-to-door, whereby you go there, you just give them gari or something. This is the kind of door-to-door whereby we just educate them the reason why they have to vote for a specific candidate, because that candidate can actually bring even a rapid development within the community. So we did that. So door-to-door is actually effective, but it comes with disadvantage. But the advantage is much huge, because when you go to meet individual people, you tell them, oh, this, they will trust in you, there's loyalty, and you can go back and believe that this person is going to vote for me.
I like how you have spoken very politically. Try not to call the party name, do this and do that. But I would like you to emphasize on the effectiveness of a small party doing a door-to-door campaign, knowing fully well that there's a lot of cases where that gari and beans is what works. when they are going for a door-to-door campaign. So I need you to tell me, like, say it all.
Okay. When it comes to small party, and I wouldn't mention it, but we all know the small party that we do have, such as, I'll just mention one, STP. I'll mention the other one, so that I won't, you won't get me, like, outside.
Okay.
So, like, this particular political party, they have huge problem. And the huge problem they do face is in terms of resources. Because, like you rightly mentioned, people are hungry. And then if people are hungry and you're telling them, come and vote for me in the election, they say, okay, when you win, you'll be in Abuja, you won't be in the community. So they needed something that can actually make them to change their mind. Do you get? I'm not saying this is the right thing to do. Each people must be able to believe that without collecting or having any reward, we can actually select a leader that can protect our interests. Because when you collect Gary of 50, probably 5,000 naira for 4 years, Gary will finish in a week. Do you get? So these small political parties, less for me, they are actually doing quite well. But I just feel like the youth needs, the party needs to be strong. They need to be strong together, because I realize that there is kind of struggle among the party members. So, but I'm not a party person.
Okay. So we will go right on a break, and then when we come back, we're going to allow Ikeoluwa, give our own insight on the topic, and then Oluchi goes next to ask that question. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're still discussing the role of grassroots movements in political change. That's what affects Nigeria. But I want to know, Ikeoluwa, are you there with us?
I am.
Okay, did you follow through the conversation?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay, wonderful. So I would like to know your political affiliation and also how effective door-to-door campaigns are for small parties.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very sorry. I would love to speak generally about how effective door-to-door campaign is and this political affiliation somehow. Yes, door-to-door campaign has been really, really effective. Yes, but its importance can never be overemphasized, because door-to-door, when it comes to door-to-door campaign, this is like and making people to have trust in you, making people to have trust in whatever thing that you are pushing. And then apart from politically, even NGOs now make use of going to see people. And even it is through door-to-door campaign that you reach people at the grassroots, that you reach the necessary people that are within, like, should I just say the majority the people that let me use majority, because we have larger number of people that might not even have access to funds in Nigeria. We have a lot of areas whereby a lot of these market women that doesn't even know how to operate at Android and everything. So if we just stay online saying, okay, vote, okay, it is just the educated one. But to reach, and in Nigeria, we know how much people that are not so educated, like we know how large the be high in number. So our door-to-door campaign has been really effective, even for local political parties that, okay, they might not later win the election, but they have instilled trust in a lot of people, and they would, it's just a way of making people to know what you really are for them, making people to know that, okay, this, if you vote a particular candidate, these are what these people are for you. And we shouldn't just limit it to election alone. This grassroots movement, door-to-door campaign, has made people to participate more in the 2023 election, whereby we now have larger number of people that has voters card. Unlike before, whereby Nigerians are not that educated to know the importance of this voters card. So we have most people going to do their voters card. We have most people that comes out for election. Change is not something that will come just at once, but at least Nigerians are learning. Their highs are now very much open. Let me relate it to what my colleague Enitan said earlier on the fact that they made people to believe that, okay, it is not just about the rice or the beans or the gari that people that they will collect that would have a lasting impact. So as a 2023 election campaign and everything, a lot of people's eye has really open to a lot of things, even old women, that, okay, it's not about the rights that they want to give them, but they want someone that can actually solve their problem.
Yeah.
So door-to-door campaign might has its own problem, and based on the fact that what you said, that some of these local parties that local political parties might not have much to give people gifts, to give them this and that, but then it was so effective, and I think up to now it's still very effective. And I myself, as a PR strategist, so there's this principle of PR that we call stakeholders engagement. And stakeholders doesn't necessarily has to be people that are in power, doesn't necessarily has to be people that has money, but it has to be that, okay, whatever policy that we want to make, the stakeholders are people that are going to be affected by that policy. It is not just election is something that, okay, it's not just going to affect the people that has money, it's not just going to affect the wealthy people, the high class, it's going to affect the high class, middle class, and the lower class. So these people are stakeholders in the election process. So door-to-door was so effective, and it's really effective, and we should still ensure we are doing more on the door-to-door aspects of campaign, whether for election or not for election. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to ask a question, but before that, I was really commend you and Olaito and Kiton, right? What's her name?
Enitan and Ikeoluwa.
Enitan and Ikeoluwa, pardon me. So it's very amazing that we have young people that are politically inclined and very politically active. We've had a lot of conversation on this show about youth inclusion in politics, and many of the older guests that we bring will always have this claim that the youth are not involved, the youth are the major problem, the youth don't want to take up this action. And I remember before you even started, you mentioned that if we do not vote, or if we're not involved in this election process or politics generally, then we give chance for people who are not equipped or who are not fit to be in that position. So yes, we're talking about grassroots movement, and I want to relate it very well to youth-led grassroots movement. But I'd like us to answer a question that I think will be on everybody's mind. You know, I mentioned that older guests that we've had on the show, they always seem to make us look like the youth are just tools in the hands of these political parties that are used to promote their own desires and their own propaganda, right? So even though we have some fraction of youth in this or that are active in politics, it almost seems like, can we trust this percentage of youth that are there? Because now you mentioned grassroots movement, door-to-door campaigns. What actually influences you and your team members or the people that are under you to ensure that whatever political party that, I won't say influencing for, but at least you are working with, it's for the benefit of the people that you're working with? How do you ensure that you are not just tools? Because that is just, we have to be very honest. That is the question. You know, the questions that, many times the unasked question in people's mind, all these youth, just give them some few hundreds or thousands, they will just, campaign and go for one person. But of course, now that we're seeing people that are in this, we're not assuming now, we have people that are equally involved. So what influences you, or how do you go about? Do you change it every 4 years? Do you do for this party this year, and then next party you're like, oh, maybe this one is promising, this one give us more money and more rice and more? Do you understand? I'm not trying to ask this question with bad faith. I'm just asking this question because I think it is in the hearts of other people, other Nigerians, and other young people who also want to be involved, but they don't want to be faced with dilemmas of who to choose or who not to choose. You understand my question? So please, what do you have to say?
Foremost, I will first have to start by saying that, talking about the fact that the old people keep saying that they are the aims of affairs, and then the few used to. I just want to say that as of 2017, 2018, I was part of the Not Too Young to Run member in the University of Lagos, because we have it up there, adequately sponsored by Yaga Africa.
Okay.
So, and I was in charge of media and publicity there also. In my local government also, there is also Not Too Young to Run. So I'm just trying to say that there have been a bill that was sponsored in 2018, Not Too Young to Run, whereby an House of Assembly, an House of Representative member that you are like 30 years, age was reduced to 25, and from House of Senate to House of to a governor from 35 to 30, president from 40 to 30. So these have actually given the youth the direction for them to adequately participate. Well, on second thought also, I realized that some youth are not participating. Nobody will come and give you position from your home. You need to strategically position yourself for you to get into crucial position. But however, there is still much to be done. Like you said, there's only few that are there. So this is what we are agitating for now from the grassroots level, because as youth, we believe that we can make change. We believe our voice can be heard. So we've been demanding that a quota should be put in the constitution that will give the youth adequate say, adequate representative. If it's 20%, if it's 30%, that is, as a minister, we have like 2 there, we have like probably 15. As a somebody going for senator, we have like 10 senator and all of that.
Active inclusion.
Exactly. So now to your to the last aspect you're talking about some youth probably getting, I'll use the word bribe. You know.
Yes, because it's I mean, it's there.
Yeah, so like I'll use the word bribe. It's quite unfortunate that in politics we usually define politics in two definitions, and that's one by David Easton. Politics as authoritative allocation of values. That is, our position powers can be allocated to different people based on what they need. Then we have a definition that says policies who gets what, when, and how. That is, nobody cares how you actually do when you occupy a position. It is your own benefit. And we've seen this split out. But I can tell you, based on the kind of space I find myself and in my community, that we as youths, we are honest people, and we will never collect bribe. Because we have the opportunity to meet with some of these House of Rep, House of Senate, and then we, unless they say, okay, like the summit, I think I told you we have House of Representative Jimmy Bessie gave us some money, Central Bureau gave us some money, and we use it to organize the summit. Not like, oh, Lotto Joy. Okay. Do you get? It's just like for the benefit of the community.
I like when you're talking about the people in Korodu. I like this smile that you're always giving. You're very proud of them, and I like that. That's very wonderful. God's beauty, please.
Okay, so we've talked a bit about, thank you so much, Enitan and I think Keoluwa, right?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that, I mean, she's a PR strategist and you're a media, director of the media and all of that. So let's talk a bit about the influence of social media to the grassroots movement, right? How's it been so far? What's the opportunities, the challenges, and how do you think we can actually, hold these elected leaders responsible or accountable, rather? Because you made mention of the fact that you guys had a summit and all of that, and it's one thing to bring these commissioners and say, okay, these are the problems of Nigeria, these are the problems of the youth. Have they been able to meet up to their expectations or meet up to those problems that you guys have already stated out? I'd like to hear that, both from you and from her as well.
All right. Thank you. So when it comes to the social media, the social media is a space that I see very, very powerful. With just any information, it can change things. So when it comes to the impact of the social media in the community, it has become quite very effective, especially in terms of information, awareness, and education. I can remember that in Ikorodu, there's a particular place in Ikorodu, Itamaga, Imota, whereby we realized that there are some youths over there, they just like taking drugs and smoking. And then, how can we do this? They need information, they need education. So what we just have to do is just organize a football game for them, whereby we realize that those people that smoke, they will come and play football. And after playing football, just say, okay, this is not good for you, this is not good for you, you can become better. Do you get? So these are ways whereby we have done. Then when we had the summit, we brought in a good lot of people, but before the summit, we had a tour, and we call it the tour to the source, and whereby all the youths from various groups in Ikorodu tried to go around all the Ikorodu, SCD, the areas, whereby we met with the traditional rulers, we met with even the gods, the orishas, they call them the orishas. Do you get? So we were able to see all of this, and then all the problems. You realize that there's a problem. There are some fields that have been abandoned. There are some printing complex that worth millions that was abandoned. There's no information about this. Then how can we bring this information? So when we had the summit, what we just had to do was to kind of bring all of this together, play it for the big personality that we brought in on board, for them to see, so that there is a way they can actually make a change. Okay. So these are ways whereby we've been able to kind of solve problems. Though there is something that in my field, they say development is a process. So it's a process, we're actually working on it.
All right, thank you. How about Kalua?
Are you with us?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I hope people can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. So the media plays a very tangible role in shaping narrative, in ensuring that we have the change that we all are clamoring for, if we use it in the right way. If we, as youth, if we are able to make sure that we focus on using it in the right way. Like there is this thing about, I was in a conversation with, should I call it like my mentors and leaders in these PR strategies. Alhaji Yushau Shuaib, the MD and CEO of PR Nigeria, and this former minister of media and digital economy, Professor Alisa Patombi, whereby I was so curious, I had to ask them this question that, okay, what about, can we actually have gatekeeping in social media? Because in as much as social media is very, very effective, it's like the role that it plays in shaping narrative, in shaping individuals' perspective can never be overemphasized. So it has also caused a lot of this thing to people. I was asking them about, okay, what if we have gatekeeping in social media, just like we have it in journalism, whereby before you post anything out. But then the kind of their response was also something that we need to think about. That if we said it should there should be gatekeeping on social media, then we know how some people at the top might be so selfish that it is only policy that would favor them. So it might only be things that would favor them that they will be gatekeeping. They might not allow citizens to express their feelings, to speak out their interests. But then what I would say to us as youth, as the Gen Zs, is that if we all are making use of it in the right way, social media is a very powerful tool, and its importance can never be overemphasized. The NSAS protest that we did in 2020 started from social media. It was social media. It was through social media. Then everybody has to come together. So if these kind of things, if we continue with it, it's not that I'm saying we should be protesting. No, it's not that I say, well, I want us to protest. But then it is by supporting ourselves. When anyone amongst us raise issues that we know that it is affecting the country, it is affecting whether the youth or not the youth, but most especially, most of these things affect we youth. So we should always give support. These are the kind of trending issues that we should allow to trend. Like I was in a place on Saturday. It was a meeting with PR strategists and journalists. There is this person that comes from she came from Kenya, Nairobi. Yes, what she actually says, and I see to it, was the fact that we Nigerians, like she used to follow us a lot. She said she's a Nigerian by profession because she actually loves us. But then there's this thing that she said she noticed is on the fact that if we are arguing about, okay, Davido is this or Davido is that, Whiskey is or everything, so that every one of us will be following the issue, it will be trending for weeks. That's what they will be saying. But issue that rejects us, that is affecting us directly or indirectly, that is affecting the youth or anybody anywhere, it's something that we will not like. The way like people want to be more on that issue, like the way they are on the issues that doesn't even directly affect them. So I think it's very, very important to make use of social media in the right way. Please, Nigerian youth. Thank you.
Thank you. I like that you had to also address the Nigerian youth as you were speaking. But in all our conversation, we have actually highlighted the one very key problem, which is poor education, the fact that people are not informed. Do you understand? But we still have the larger number of people who are still uninformed. And just like you mentioned that there's an area in Itamaga, and what other place did you mention? Ojibode, where you people had to go inform them about drug use and all of that stuff. But how can we use, this information, knowing fully well that there's lack of information out there? How can we use it to address voter apathy? That's number one. The fact that it's only when one Adepoju says, if they born you, this is the person that you must follow, because these people are not informed about other candidates. So how do we ensure that, we take information to the grassroots that's going to ensure that there's no longer, it can help us overcome the challenges of voter apathy and even the fact that you can be suppressed to vote for somebody?
All right. I must say that with the youth, we have the highest percentage here in Nigeria, at least over 60%. In Lagos State alone, we have 20 million youths. And then I must give kudos to the last election, that's the general election, which held in February 25th, 2023. That's the first time in history that we'll be having the largest number of registered voters. That is, and what played out was the fact that information was put out there. I can remember that one of the things that propelled a lot of people to get their PVC was due to the NSAS protest that took place 2020. And this energized the people that they can have a change of government. Do you get? So now, but at the same time, despite this, it was very shocking on the day of election that while I was going to vote, because I was also a community leader, I had to ensure that certain area in the place in Ikorodu is well organized. There is no conflict. There is no disorderliness in that particular place. I saw youths that were meant to go and vote playing football. I mean, almost
that's all, like the very common thing that you find every election.
I mean, almost all the road. Then I didn't realize I have like 15 people that collected PVC, but didn't go to vote. So meaning that despite the fact that information have been done, then there still has to be a kind of follow-up. Assuming they have been kind of followed, because if you realize the number of registered voters in Nigeria in the last election, and the number of people that came out to vote, it's not tally at all. Like, so it's quite unfortunate. So looking at this situation we find ourselves in, I think there is more to be done, more information, and then also it starts from our family also. Like you said, not Adepoju saying that, okay, well,
but I think family also played a role in the last election. The fact that your father or your mother can tell you that I know Tinubu, and so therefore you must vote for this person, knowing fully well that you might have wanted to vote for another party.
Yeah, I witnessed that too. As a student leader in the University of Lagos, I'm always very active when it comes to political discussion. I won't tell you who I voted for anyway. So when this particular, so when I see people discussing this, and I just tell them that, why are you voting for this person? I'm like, my mom is voting for this person.
And so therefore,
my sister is voting for. We believe in this person. That means that the family is, they have actually shaping the orientation of that person, that, okay, this person. I won't say it's that bad, but I feel like a person should be able to have a say, should be able to know what is right and be able to follow it. Do you get? So it plays out like families actually have a big role. Then even the community has a role. Civil society itself I can remember the roles Young Africa played. Young Africa, they are non-NGO, and I realized that they spent so much, though they are being funded by the European Union. I can remember that I was one of the beneficiaries of this, because for 1 week, I think I got like 50K, just for, okay, just ensure that the INEC, they don't tamper with the PVC and all of that. Do you get? So these are ways, I'm just saying that this information cannot be done just by one person, not just by the state, not by the government, not by the INEC. Civil society has a role, the community has a role, the family has a role to play.
Thank you very much. Ikeolu, I'm so sorry we wouldn't be able to take your own opinion on this matter, but we have people sending us lovely messages on YouTube. Tolua says, insightful conversation, and Selshum says, good morning, my beautiful people.
Good morning, Selshum.
Good morning, Selchum. Very nice of you people to join us and comment and share your likes. So please do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, follow us on all our social media handles. Remember to like, share, comment, share with your family, invite your friends to watch, follow us. Have a wonderful day ahead. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?